Dieter Rams has always been sort of like a superhero to me. I believe that every child needs a superhero to look up to, and he's been that figure in my life where I've always looked at his work as the pinnacle of industrial design.
Come to the really basic things, back to the simple structures. They should always think on my credo, less but better.
One of the most magical times at Art Center, and it happens 3 times a year, is Grad Show. It is the culmination of all of our students' work. They put an exhibition together. Each department does something a little bit differently.
He came into the graphic design department and says, "Oh, there is so much noise in this world, and the designers, they have to work on creating more clarity."
The energy, you could just feel it. It didn't matter how tired anybody was. The fact that Dieter was walking into our studio was a really exciting moment, very special. It was interesting having him critique some of the students' work, which was perhaps a little more experimental. You know, make sure that you spend your creativity doing something that's useful. That was great to hear from the mouth of the master.
If you work today with a computer, it's also dangerous. The computer is able to make perfect drawings, yeah? You have to show him how the drawings should look.
I think I bring up the word superhero because superhero does entail this sort of unattainability, right? And one of the things that's incredible about Dieter Rams is he actually had a lot of influence on the business end of Braun, which is the company he worked for.
It's huge to have Dieter here at Art Center. It's incredible to have just such an icon and hero of design, not only product design, but I would say design with a capital D.
Talking about the importance of connecting industrial design to graphic design to architecture, really thinking about the whole system of the human experience.
So you have the chance to bring all these things nearer together, and that is necessary for the future.
Another point that Dieter made very strongly is that he sees the need for an orchestration of all different design disciplines to something that is really a transmedia design.
One thing that Dieter really emphasizes is his idea of sustainability, the idea that everything is interconnected. We are responsible as designers for everything we put out into the world.
We're trying to equip our designer to be able to really work across all the different media and to be someone who's really able to connect the dots and to create concepts that have multiple touch points.
I began showing him some of my work. He ended up really liking a camera that I designed, which was just amazing to hear him say, "I really like this." The camera was actually very, I guess, Dieter-esque. One of the things I did with this camera was actually remove all of the buttons and create this singular button that can control the entire camera. And of course, that is very much in touch with his philosophy, which is removing unnecessary elements and creating something that is extremely pure.
We have to start with our landscape. We have to start how should look our housings tomorrow.
What's so inspiring about Dieter Rams's work over the years, over the decades, is the fact that it's always been around the human.
Everyone is surrounded by thousands of messages, and the job of a designer is for their client, for their entity that they're working for, to bring home a message. And that doesn't mean that you have to shout louder or you have to do more flashy stuff to do that.
When we talk about human-centered design as the basis for good design, it's really the work that he's done specifically at the years at Brown that really exemplified what good design is.
It's amazing to see a designer have such a great impact on not just simple aesthetics, but the way things are marketed.
To come together with such people, you need luck. It's not talent. It's also what you need, of course. Mainly, you need luck to meet the right people.
Success wasn't just designed by itself, as Dieter says. Success comes with those relationships.
It is always depends on the connection between an entrepreneur and an architect.
He really was one of the first designers to actually create a relationship with the CEO of a company.
Meeting him today was, of course, incredible.
The students, the young people were so excited. I couldn't believe it. It makes me not only proud, it makes me happy that the students are believing in what they need.
The fact that nothing's really stopping you if you really follow your passions is the greatest lesson I've learned from both theater and art center.